Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Bernier. The DRF.com Formulator race of the day for Wednesday, February the 8th is race number 4. It's a one-turn mile and it's a stakes race called the Just One More Stakes. It is for 3-year-olds which have never won a sweepstakes. Let's take a look at the field, and remember, head on over to the Race of the Day event page on DRF.com for free Formulator past performances. Download them and handicap along with us. We'll begin with the one down towards the inside, the number 1 Woodrow. Big debut winner as the favorite, but it came for 50.
It did come for 50. It's also worth noting he was with Todd Pletcher, and if Pletcher thinks there's no problem letting this one go for 50, I think that's a red flag if I've ever seen one. Also now Harry Benson, past 4 years, dirt route, won for 29. He buried an awful field. I know he looked reasonably good doing so. He was late with the lead change, in my opinion, but I don't think he beat much, and I think he's going to look at this and say, what are we doing here? And
it's likely he's going to have to deal with a much tougher pace scenario as well as a tougher class of horse. The number 2 is Third Day, trained by Todd Pletcher. This horse made his career debut way back in July at Monmouth over a sealed, sloppy track. He came from off the pace. It was a solid victory, and then he disappeared. But here's a Pletcher Formulator fact for you. Over the past 5 years, 3-year-olds on dirt, stretching out, last out maiden winners in the second lifetime start, 50% in a 243 ROI. And if you actually just go to past 5 years, 3-year-olds, dirt, maiden winner last, second time starter, plus 180-day layoff, C6 for 9.
Yeah, I even tweaked it a little bit. Past 5 years, dirt, maiden winner last out off a 180 or greater layoff, 13 for 20.
It's amazing.
I mean, 65% with a 321 ROI. I have to be honest, I didn't love the debut. I thought it was very workmanlike, and that's kind of anti-Pletcher. You usually see them, they're brilliant out of the gate, especially that time of year. This one had to do some work to get the job done. There is a part of me, though, that looks at it and says, I'm not going to try to fight that Formulator fact.
No.
I think this horse is the horse to beat in this race. I'm not going to be surprised at all if he runs well. It makes the race very uninteresting for me because I think he has every right to win just based on that fact alone.
And here in that 71 Beyer speed figure, remember, is a July 2-year-old. It's possible there's a lot more left in the tank. This horse sold for a boatload of money. He beat 3 next out winners in that race at Monmouth. One of them came back to win a maiden special weight on turf with a 76, then finished first and was DQ'd and placed second in an allowance race on turf, also with a 76 Beyer. The dam was a stakes winner going long on the turf, so a mile shouldn't be a problem off the bench. The 3 is Barry Carafin Betts, one of 2 in this field with multiple victories. This horse beat weak starter allowance foes last time out while pressing the pace. Now he's got to stretch out to a mile for the first time.
In all 3 of his most recent starts, he's never changed leads one time. I can't imagine that that's going to work in a spot like this. I also wonder, you know, I thought he hung badly too back, going 6 furlongs. He's gotten his 2 victories when he's basically been on the lead. I can't imagine him being on the lead, and if he is, he's going too fast because it won't work.
Number 4 is Weight. This horse has a lovely pedigree. He's by Distorted Humor. His dam, Wait a While, was a multiple Grade 1 stakes winner on the turf, but a lot of people forget that, you know, Wait a While was 3rd in the Kentucky Oaks.
Yeah, the dirt isn't a problem for this horse, but like you say, you've got a beautiful turf pedigree here. My concern with this one at this stage in the game is that most recent race, that's obviously capable of winning in here, but I do wonder if he's a need-the-lead type at this stage in the game. The good news is I think he's going to make the front, and I think if he does with Javier up, I think he's going to be tough.
Let's see what the Timeform U.S. Pace Projector has to say for the Just One More Stakes. Before we get to that, here's the Formulator fact for Stanley Golden Weight. Stanley's the new trainer. Past 2 years dirt, last out maiden winner, 71%.
Yeah.
$7.02 return on investment. Very, very strong. Now, Weight didn't beat the strongest field in that Florida-bred maiden special weight last time out. But at the end of the day, we're going to take a look at that Timeform U.S. Pace Projector, and we'll see that Weight is on the lead. Might have to deal with Third Day in the early portion of the race, but I think this horse is slowly getting better.
Yeah, I thought it was a professional effort. Like you say, he buried a bad field. I mean, that was a bad field, and you can even go to the run 2 back over a wet track. That was a weak field, and the only next out winner was this horse. I just think with the way that the track plays at a mile at Gulfstream, if you can make the front with Javier up, I think he's got a big chance in here. The pedigree, obviously, you can make the case that he has the best pedigree of all these horses.
No doubt.
I think he's an interesting one. If he makes the front, if for some reason he doesn't, I think he's going to have a bear of a time.
Number 5 is Queenie Anthos, who won a maiden race last time out on December the 14th. He's taken a little break since that race. The 5th place finisher of that race did come back to win a maiden with an 82 Beyer. This horse, I think, is kind of hoping for a pace collapse.
I like this horse a little little bit. I think he's slowly figuring things out. Obviously, it took him 7 starts to finally break through and get his maiden win. He was very late with the lead change most recently. I didn't like that, but his run 2 back, he did everything the way that I wanted to see a horse do it. And it's also worth noting, these have only been the only 2 starts of his career on dirt, and I think those were the 2 best so far. I think there is a forward move in him. He's the one that I want underneath with the 2 big horses.
The other multiple winner in the race is the horse on the outside. That's the number 6 Basha, 2 for 2 on fast dirt. Tried a sloppy track last time out, and fact-finding the winner of that race is undefeated, trained by Pletcher, and he just sort of ran away and hid. Now the blinkers come off, and I think Basha has the potential to work out a nice outside stalking trip while in the clear.
I would agree with that. I don't particularly love this horse, though. I didn't like fact-finding to begin with when he was supposed to run Saturday in the Holy Bull, and they've rerouted him to Tampa Bay. This horse, I thought he was just up and down at the end, and it makes me wonder at a mile, is that really what he's going to want to do? Is he better off going 7? I thought his career debut was far and away the best of his 3 races. That was at 5.5, and I wonder as we continue to go farther, does he sort of regress a little bit?
Well, let's take a look at our top selections for the Formulator race of the day, the restricted just one more stakes. And we're going to go with weight. It's Javier for Stanley Gold, not for Todd Pletcher, but I'm with you. I think if this horse can get to the lead, I know Pletcher's Formulator fact is tremendous with third day, but like you, I wasn't exactly blown away by that debut. I'm thinking, if he was so great, why wasn't he debuting at the Spa?
I agree completely. And look, he's probably going to run a
I would expect the usual Pletcher Gulfstream race.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be stunned if he threw in a complete clunker, but in 6-horse field particularly where there's not a ton of quality in here, I just think weight, if he can make the front, I think he's got a big chance. The one that I'm most interested in using, though, in exotics would be Queenie Anthos. We're both going to go with the number 4 weight in the Formulator race of the day. And if you are playing the Gulfstream Wednesday card from home, here's the deal for new DRF Bet subscribers, a $300 sign-up bonus just waiting for you at drf.com/trifecta. Approximate post time for race number 4 at Gulfstream on Wednesday, our Formulator race of the day, 2:02 Eastern. Good luck.